Hey friends, welcome to the Sales Strategies for Christian Coaches podcast. I'm Justin Janowski, your host, and I started my Christian coaching business in December of 2018. And I remember feeling scared and uncertain and wondering whether I was good enough. And God provided way more than I could have imagined. In my first year as a coach, I collected over $250,000 in revenue, and that was just the beginning. Now we've collected over $2 million in revenue at Faith2Influence, and we've sold millions of dollars for our partners who we do sales directly for. And we've also helped hundreds of Christian coaches launch and grow their coaching businesses. What this podcast is designed to do is help the newer Christian coach optimize their business model, their pricing, their sales and money mindset, and their sales strategies. We want to teach you how to sell more and do it in a high integrity way that honors you and honors your clients. So that's what we're here for. And today's episode is about deep immersive work. When I originally got into the coaching space, I was a client at a company called Epic Impact. Ben Skemper was my mentor there. And it wasn't a faith-based business model, but it was a powerful experience for me personally to be connected to that coaching community. And they really believed in immersive work. And so we would do 3-day retreats, and they would have us all over the world. We went to places like Hawaii, to Guatemala, to Belize. We had an event in Europe. We went to San Francisco. And when they would hold these 3-day retreats, we would turn our phones off for 3 days, and we would be deeply immersed in the coaching and personal development experience. We would build deep relationships with one another. We'd get away from distractions, and we would allow ourselves to be totally focused and totally present in the moment. It was a cool experience, and some of those experiences changed my life. Now, over the course of the last week, I have had a couple of my clients and friends come to my house. Some of you might have seen that we created a Faith2Influence studio in my office, which is really cool, a place where we can do special recording projects. And no doubt you will see that studio featured here in the podcast in future weeks for those of you who are watching us. Some of you are just listening to the audio here. But at our conference this summer, I made an offer that we would work with a select few number of clients in an immersive way. And we called it my private coaching package. And what we offered them was a solo day with me in Milwaukee and a few one-on-one coaching calls as well to support that solo day. And so we did this with Vanessa on Friday. We did this with Kristen yesterday, on Monday this week. And we had the opportunity to go really deep in our work with these two clients. Vanessa is a Christian coach, and she is really working to help people launch their coaching businesses and do it in a way that feels light and easy and fun. And she creates content for people, and she creates templates, and she really creates and gives to her clients in such a way that building their online business ministry, as she calls it, becomes really simple and really easy, so that they can reach the people that they've been called to reach and have the impact that they've been called to have. And working with Kristen Jackson yesterday, she is the founder of FreeSpoke. And FreeSpoke is a competitor to Google. It's an online search engine, but it's really cool because there's 3 things that they do differently. One is FreeSpoke gives you unbiased information. They tell both sides of every story. So if you're looking into a political story, what you're going to notice when you search for information about it on FreeSpoke is they are going to give you content from the left, the right, and the center. And they're also going to label it left, right, middle, so you know whose vantage point you're reading the story from, which I think is really interesting. I think it's really cool. I like being able to get the full story and not feeling like somebody's trying to manipulate me to their side. A second thing that FreeSpoke does is FreeSpoke is protecting your privacy. And so where most search engines profit off of your information as a priority, they use it, they sell it. Your phone like spies on you while you're having private conversations, and later on you see an ad. That's just kind of the thing that happens in the world today. FreeSpoke is going to protect your information, and they're going to keep your information private when you're browsing. So it's a trickier from an algorithm perspective for them to feed you the right ads or for them to sell their ads, but they're more concerned about protecting your privacy. And then the third thing that they do is it's a porn-free search engine. So what this means is they're not going to have pornographic images show up in search results. So your kids are going to be protected in such a way that they're not going to innocently stumble into pornographic images and things like that they shouldn't be seeing and that they're not even searching for. So these are the three cool things about FreeSpoke. As my little commercial for it, I highly recommend you download it on your computers and your phones. Protect your family with FreeSpoke. And it was pretty cool to work with Kristen on that big project. Her co-founder is one of the owners of the Chicago Cubs. I mean, they're doing some pretty big things. They've got a massive budget for growing their platform. And it got me really thinking as I worked with Vanessa on Friday, which was so special. And she just connected with my wife and my kids so much. And it was an honor to be working with her on her coaching business, which is really the lane that we're in primarily. And then to get to work on kind of a bigger worldwide project like FreeSpoke with Kristen Jackson yesterday, it got me reminded of the power of immersion. For us to take a full day and be all in on solving problems, all in on creating solutions, all in on business design. You know, it's cool talking to Vanessa this week, and what she said she was able to do is just like take the scales off her eyes. It's like the language that she used about this, but she's felt like she's been at the starting line for so long. And we were able to get all of her offers taken care of in a single day. We were able to get her sales strategy created in a single day. We were able to work through her marketing. We were able to actually like live record. We had Jared Whitman, who partnered with us on the project for these solo immersion experiences, came out and recorded 15 marketing videos for Vanessa, and she was able to walk away with those, which got her messaging really clear, built her confidence in delivery, and now she's got this skill set of how to create marketing videos and share her message, and she's got 15 real assets that she can use, and more, right? That was just the starting point. We actually like literally drafted her entire workshop for her business, her 1-hour workshop and keynote speech. And I like delivered my version of it so she could hear how I would run through that sort of thing. And she was able to record it and go home and feel like, okay, I've got this asset once again that I can deliver in my voice, in my way. And it was really fun then to work with Kristen, and she had different goals, but we had this big checklist of things she wanted to accomplish. And in an immersive day, we were able to accomplish so much. We were able to get her marketing videos done. We were able to get her messaging done. We were able to help her find her authentic leadership voice in the way she delivered her messaging and video. We were able to come up with marketing standards and like a comprehensive, what she called perfect funnel that she's seeking. We were able to come up with a plan for that perfect funnel. We were able to work through her primary themes and simplify her messaging to call to her most specific and ideal audience and more. And I wanted to just bring this message here because it was a good reminder of how valuable that immersive experience is. And so some of you listening, you might take this from a few different angles. Number one, if you are a coach, a service provider, the question you might ask yourself is, how can I create more immersive, deeply immersive experience for my clients? Now, this is a little bit trickier to do, right? Especially in today's digital world. But can you create immersive, deeply immersive experiences for your clients? Might there be a client level in which you would work with people and get a lot done in a shorter window of time with total presence and focus? There's a great gift in that. So consider it. You can do this in small group. You can do this one-on-one, but there's value in that immersion, removing distraction, removing the noise, and accomplishing what sometimes takes months in a single day or in a few days. This can be done through the retreat model as well, which is how my former company did it. The second question you might ask yourself is, how often do you immerse? our 8th rule of engagement. Sometimes you see these rules of engagement behind me for those of you who are watching. And if you've listened, you've probably heard some of our rules before. Lead with love, be curious first, critical second, be a learner, not a knower. Remember that God is always fathering you, and so on. Well, our 8th rule of engagement at Faith2Influence is to honor immersion. And it's a reminder for me as a coach to say, how can I immerse myself in the work? I've been doing quarterly marketing days with Jared. I've been having him come out to my office here and spend a day with me once a quarter, and we record 100 short marketing videos in a single day. In fact, we're going to do some batch recording for this podcast in the next quarterly marketing day. It's going to be our first time doing that. I'm so excited to immerse myself in the podcast for one day and record several episodes at once so that I feel lighter and easier in my week-to-week calendar. And I know that I get a certain momentum once I'm in the work, once I'm fully present to it, I'm fully immersed in it. I'm not changing from topic to topic to topic. Maybe I am in the podcast, but I'm focusing only on the podcast, only on delivering my training in long form for a single day. That's going to be really fun. So the question is, how often do you immerse yourself in your work where you're doing one solely focused thing over an extended period of time without distraction? Do you have opportunity to do that more often? You can do this on your own. And of course, we can immerse ourselves in other ways. Let's immerse ourselves with our family with greater presence. I want to work on this. Let's immerse ourselves with God in greater presence more often. I want to work on this. These things are important to be fully present to a single experience at a single time. Multitasking is primarily a lie. It's not something that we can actually do very well as humans for the most part. So, can you immerse yourself? And then the third question is, beyond how can you provide greater immersion for your clients and can you provide greater immersion for yourself, is might there be opportunities for you to immerse with others where you're the one on the receiving end of the immersion? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a community that you can immerse yourself with? I love doing this in our 3-day retreats annually with our mastermind program that we've had for years and years. That's been so fun to go really deep for 3 days and immerse ourselves in the experience. And recently with these solo immersions, that's been really fun to provide for these clients. So I'll say this. We offered this at our conference, the first time we ever offered this package where you could have a full day with me. And we would pay to fly you to Milwaukee. We'd cover your lodging for a couple of days. So you have the time to fly in and get comfortable and sleep. And you get dinner with me and my family. And you get to play games with us and hang out with the kiddos and Kara and see what we do here and what our life is like here. Vanessa actually was here when we were teaching Grace how to ride her bike without the training wheels for the first time. That was a cool experience as she was hanging out with us still on Saturday morning after being with us Friday. So if you want that experience, if you want immersion with me and you want Jared to come and you want to get some marketing assets, you want to get your messaging down, you want to get your offers finalized, you want to work on your sales strategy, your workshop, your retreat, your conference, whatever it is, and you want to not just hear how to do it, but you want to do it together and get it done over the course of an immersive day or two, I would love to invite you to do that work with me. And if I'm the coach for you and you want that kind of help, I'd love for you to let me know. Send me an email, justin@faith2influence.com, and just say, hey, I'm interested in immersion. What does that look like? And I'm happy to get on a call with you and discuss and see if it's a mutual fit for us to work that way together. And then, of course, we've got the follow-up coaching calls for implementation. But this immersion experience over the last week with these two clients, these two ladies, and we've got Steve Thompson, one of my good friends and longtime clients now, coming up later this month. I'm excited for our immersive day, our immersion with Steve later this month as well. It's really fun to be able to do that deep work together. And I'm feeling a little bit lit on fire about it right now. So if you're interested, this is a unique window in time. I haven't done a lot of this in my time at Faith2Influence. I love group programs. I'll always love that. It'll probably always be my favorite thing to do, is to work with people in group. And right now, if you need more immersion and you want it with a coach, a trainer, a leader, a mentor who can provide and work with you to accomplish something great over 24 or 48 hours to fast track success, which is what Immersion oftentimes does, then let me know. Justin at Faith2Influence.com. Send me an email and let's talk about the next steps for you. God bless you all. I pray that you find ways to immerse more with God, immerse more with your families, immerse more with your clients, create immersion for yourself in your business occasionally, where you can batch record and get a lot done in a short period of time. And when it's right for you, I pray that you find the right place for you to immerse and be on the receiving end of immersion with a great mentor or a great community. Talk to you all soon. Have an amazing week.